to the daily draw. We're going to have a magical start to the week this week. Grab your pencil and some paper and let's get started. We've got a Bowtruckle from Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Let's start drawing. Today's daily draw is a Bowtruckle, not just any old Bowtruckle. This is Newt's personal favourite Bowtruckle, Pickett, who pretends to be ill so that he can live in Newt's pocket in the amazing books and films, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This is one of my favourite characters from the films. I just thought it was so beautifully designed and made, and it would be a real treat to draw, and it has been. I think you're going to absolutely love this. So this is a lovely, nice, creative break from the little art school whilst we're all in the thick of this homeschooling. So it looks a little bit complicated, but actually you can see here what I've put next to it is how we're going to start with the shapes, and we're going to build up from those very basic shapes there. Then we're going to start putting in a few details, and then we're going to finish him off with his head. So really we'll take it very slowly, step by step. No need to worry, we are with you every step of the way. Now what I want you to think about when you're drawing this, because a lot of drawing is really being able to recognise the shapes. So you can clearly see what we've got is, because he's based on a series of sticks and roots. We've got lots of straight lines here, but look at the shapes within the shapes. In artistic terms, we call this negative shapes, and they're so important as an artist that you're not just thinking about these shapes, but you're thinking about these. So can you see that triangle there? This fabulous big shape here within the shape, and then these shapes here coming up. So those shapes within the shapes, whilst you're drawing, really think about those and look at them. I'll point it out as we're going along. So we're going to start here with everything starts with either a little line or a curve. So I'm going to start there with a very small mark, and I'm going to take this line down. It's on a slight angle. I'm going to take it down to about there. Now think about your pencil grip, nice and loose, really loose. If you're holding your pencil tightly like that and pressing hard, it's not going to be an enjoyable experience. You want to enjoy this, so just move your hand up the grip here, and we'll just put in that first line. Let's take it nice and slowly up to here. Now I am drawing here on my watercolour pad. So this is the pad that you can see there's Yoshi there, and this is our watercolour pad that we sell on our website at the Little Art School, and this is because I'm going to use watercolour pencils. If you've not got that, don't worry at all. Whatever you've got, you can use just a bit of paper and a pen or a pencil, and you'll be able to draw with us and use your colouring pencils, but stay all the way through, because you really have to see how magic these watercolour pencils are. And I'm going to take that down to there and then across. So this is starting to build his arms in, and then this one here comes down like that, and I want it to end at about that level there. So look at that shape, thinking about that shape there. Right, I'm going to put in the triangle now. I'm actually just going to put in the shape. So if I come down from there, and I'm going to go like that and that. So I've already got that negative shape in that. From that triangle, I'll go like that, and then just take it up to there. And then this one here is actually going to come across. It's already starting to look a little bit like a Bowtruckle, isn't it? You can see these lines of the twigs starting to show. I'm going to take that out there. Another triangle, lots of triangles here today. And then that one to there. Let's finish with these last two here. So this one I'm going to bring out quite straight. Here. And then let's start that first leg. So he's going to just come out down there. I want it to be about the same as that. So that is the start. So we've begun our Bowtruckle. So pause now, get those shapes on. If you go wrong, don't worry, that's what rubbers are for. You can just make sure you've got to this stage, and then we'll move on to the next bit. take a look here on the guide sheet, and that's what you'll see when you get to the end of this stage, and you'll be able to pause it. Everything here that's in red, we're going to rub out. So what we're going to do from these basic lines is we're really going to start to go into them and loosen them up. So I'm going to start here on that shoulder. I'm going to bring it up, in, round, and I'm going to finish it there. I'm actually going to come in a little bit lower in, like that, and there, and then it's coming inside the line. This is going to give us his eyes. And here, coming down, I need a little bump there. So it's gone out, and then if that's the line, I've gone inside and down to there, and then I'm going to put that second shoulder in. Don't worry if that looks too short, because from this we're going to build the big leaves up at the top of the next stage. So let's come in on this arm now. And all you're doing is just going around that red line. So think of it in terms of this one shape. Don't get overwhelmed with what's happening. Just break it down to each simple shape. So each shape there, we're going to go up and down and out. And here, we're going to go to there. And at that point here, look at that line. We see we're going to come right in here on a nice big curve. Right, I can start getting rid of some of the lines. So I'll get rid of that line first. And then I'll work on those. Now here, I've got a curve under, and then there we've got this little bump as it comes out and round. Let's focus on this arm now. So look at that shape. It's not a great deal different here. All we're doing really is just curving that one line off a bit, making it a little bit curved, put a little thing coming out there, around to there. And this line doesn't change at all, we've just got that in place. Right, before we move on and have a go at this hands and that one foot, I'm going to come in now and rub out those lines. So you might need to, after you've rubbed out the lines, go back in and put that back in. Right, I'm going to leave this for now because I'm going to come on and do this little arm coming around here. So this, we finished there at the elbow. I'm going to take that out and down and in and down. That's that arm done. And we're just going to leave this there for now. Just come onto there. So if we leave that, but let's put this shape up at the bottom. We're going to start to form this next set of legs. So that curve. Now look at the negative shape there. I can see where I've gone wrong there because I've made mine a big curve. But actually, that's a lot thinner and it's coming out like that. That's better. So when you see that you've done it wrong, just don't get in a flap. Just go back in, rub it out and have another go. That's the joy of drawing. It's fine. Making mistakes is how you learn. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Now I'm going to come back down, take it to there, and then we're going to finish off with that kind of angle there, like that for that leg. So that's all into starting to really come together now. Now this bit here, if we leave that round, I'm going to come in a little bit and a little bit up, just a slight adaptation of the shape there, not much at all. And then we're going to come down here with this pincer. So don't worry about overcomplicating it, it's just two lines. This one, carry this line on and come out like that. And then look at the shape within the shape again. These are, I think, I don't know whether this is true. Is this what gave him his name, Pickett? Because he's brilliant at picking locks. Okay, so we've got that, his first lock picker. Let's come in and do this one now. And that is just going to be 1, keep it going through. So that's 1. 2, and then this one a little bit wider. We'll just leave that one there. Okay, that's us at stage 2. So take your time over this bit. Don't worry about making mistakes. Don't worry if it doesn't look exactly the same. You can create your own bowtruckle. There we go. So pause at that bit and then we'll come on to finishing. Just 2 things really left to do. We've got the legs and then we've got the top of the head. So let's start down here with the legs, and we've already got, so if you look at that, we're already down to about there. We'll just take that shape out a little bit and put a couple of lines in and a little bit there. And then we'll just think about that bottom bit. So you're going really from there to there. Just think about those 2 shapes there. So I'm going to take it out and down and there and there. Now this one here is pretty much the same, but we've got that bit that comes out and down, and then he's got that bit there. Legs in. Right, now let's come up here. We've got that little bump there, and that's here, corresponding to there. So I'm going to take it up like that. I'm really thinking about this V shape here now, so I'm going to put that V in, and I'm going to take that up round to there. We've got there, curve it up and down, a little line there. So that's 1. And then here this bit, so save the easy bit for the end. So I'm just going to curve it 1 leaf and round to there. And now we can finish with his eyes. And it all suddenly makes sense, I hope. Oh, that one's too low, so make sure you get them in the right place. That one's kind of there, and then actually we've got this little mouth here. I think I've come in a little too much there. I'm going to take that straight flat and I'm going to put his mouth there. You can give yours a nice big smile if you want. That is our bowtruckle drawing done, and we're going to paint it using watercolour pencils now. If you've not got watercolour pencils, just stick with us. Use what, if you've got a couple of crayons, a green and a brown, that'll do, or some felt tips, whatever you can lay your hands on. If you want to have a go with the watercolour pencils, I'll talk to you about it next. So this is all watercolours, and I've got watercolour pencils, and I'm going to use just 5. I've got 5 here. I've got 2 greens, 1 dark green and a light green, a pinky red. There's 2 reds in the watercolour box, and that's the pinky one, a brown and a black. So they're the colours that I'm going to be using, and I'm barely going to use any of those 3. It's mainly all about these 2 greens here. So let me show you how these work if you've not used them before. If I draw a line here, I'll draw that line there like that, and also do a bit here. So it looks like ordinary pencil until I touch the brush to it with a bit of water. It's literally the easiest, most mess-free way you can paint, really. No mess for mum and dad. There we go, and that's how you paint with them. You just touch and touch a bit of water to them, and the marks turn to paint. And where it works, we're going to use this a lot on this drawing, is you can touch it at the edge there, and can you see when you touch it at the edge, the paint comes out. Okay, let's have a go at our bowtruckle. I'm going to start up here at the top now, and what I'm going to do is use my paler green. I'm going around the leaf to here. Oh, sometimes they snap like that. So what I'm actually doing is putting a bit, here we go, I'll put some veins here on the leaf, and I might put a little bit of extra there. I'm going to do the same around here. There, I'm going to take it all the way to there. now I'm going to take that to there. Just want a little bit of dark green, which I'm going to put in there. A bit of dark green there. And then I'm going to take my red. Red is opposite on the colour wheel to green. So when you add red to green in paint, it darkens it. It might not be a particularly nice dark green that you want to use, but it does darken it. So I'm just going to go in with a bit, not much, just a little bit of red here. And then if I put in, I'll go back to my light green. And now I'm going to go around these edges here. I might put a little bit of dark green in, just here and there, but mainly it's the light green I'm going to use. Take it out there, and all the way down here with the arm. And you can put a little bit of extra paint in if you want it, depending how dark you want it to be. But I'm going to go in on the inside with the dark, because then I want it to look like it's got a bit of a shadow there. I'll go down here with the light. And down here with the dark. Same here, under there with the dark one. Actually, I'll just do quite a bit of that with the dark. And coming in, finishing it off with the light. I might at that point just put a little bit more. So this is called just putting bits of the paint pigment in. I've just put those in there. Now I'm going to come around here and start it off with my green. But then, this is where these designs are so unbelievably clever. It's amazing. I'm going to come in with the red. Just put bits of the red. I'm not going to press too hard around here like that. It's like a live root, like a pink root to a plant here. And I'm just doing a little bit, because then the heavier I go, the darker it's going to be, and I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm just going to put a little bit here and there. Then the brown, and I want that to be darker, so I'm going to colour that in. Now if you're thinking, this looks very messy, it doesn't look very neat colouring in at all, well that's because I'm not really colouring, I'm applying paint to the paper. Right, let's see what happens when I touch my brush to it. I'm going to start up here with the leaf. And can you see already straight away, just with that little bit of wet on my brush, I'm gathering up all the paint pigment from the edges and bringing it in. But here, I want to get that pink. Take it up so that it meets the green. You see there, I've gone a little bit outside my edge there, but that's fine, because what I can do, go in with my brush, very carefully lift it up. Okay, so I'll turn this first. Look, that's my darker green. You see the difference, a big difference there. But then I'll light it. Nice clean brush. Let's get the pink going up. Look, can you see how it's travelled up into there? It's lovely, lovely effect. I'll bring the green back down. Ooh, brush needs to be a bit cleaner there. Let's take that up. Okay, now I want to gather some green on my brush. I'm going to do it from here. Gathering that green and taking it up right over the eyes there and into that pink up at the top. That's it on both sides. And we'll go all the way down here. Take the brush here. Oops. Sometimes a little bit can drop. You just be very quick and ready with your artist's best friend, kitchen roll. Don't go anywhere without kitchen roll if I'm painting. Gathering up that green and pulling it in and pulling the pink into each side there. So we've got that pinky green coming all the way down. Let's do that on this one as well. Same here. Bowtruckles have 3 legs, I learnt today. Elizabeth lent me her book. I'll just bring it over. Case of beasts. Fantastic beasts, sorry, not beasts. Taught me everything I needed to know about bowtruckles. And here we go with this leg. And there. Right, we've only got a little bit left to do. I'll finish off this arm first. Take green down, but gather that brown in. Down to there. And then that one last arm to finish with. Here we go. Pulling in that green. Now, on the comments on our Twitter or Facebook page or Instagram, we're very social. We would love to see your bowtruckles, so please show us your pictures. That would make my day. I'm going to come in now and just finish it off here with the eyes. 1, 2, and he looks a little bit sad there. So this one, I'm just going to turn it up a little at the corners. And that is our bowtruckle. Hope that you enjoyed that. Don't forget the background, which we've left plain. You could cover it with whatever you wanted, have a little Google different ideas from Fantastic Beasts and fill your paper with them. The bowtruckle could just be the start for it. We'll be back tomorrow for the daily draw, so we will see you then.